Today on the channel, we kick off Mattel Elite Series 100 unboxings, and we go all the way back to WCW for Stunning Steve Austin.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Elite unboxing. And today we've got a little bit of something special here, as we got a first time in the line in a lot of ways, but we've got Stunning Steve Austin from his time in WCW. But remember, for all your Mattel Elite AEW Jazzwares needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal, as we do know. And we're here with the historic Elite Series 100. This is the first of many videos we'll have on the channel about Elite Series 100. First, we had the Basics 100. Now the Elites have finally caught up to the 100 mark. And quite the feat, of course, as not a lot of toy lines make it to 100 different series, different sets. And that's not even counting all the subsets that we've had over the years from Walmart, Target, Ringside Collectible exclusives, you name it. So quite the watermark, quite the benchmark right here for Mattel, something that needs to be celebrated. And I'm celebrating in my own way, as usually we only bust out the Western wear, the finest of Kenny Rogers Carmen Western wear shirts, only for the best of list at the end of the year. And I said, we're going to bring them back quick because Mattel Elite 100 is special. It deserves a special route fit. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to Western wear it up for Mattel Elite Series 100. And of course, we're also going to do this unboxing review like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this is one of my most wanted figures over the last couple of years. I've said it before on the channel. I'll say it again real quick. Stunning Steve Austin was my absolute favorite wrestler for a time in WCW, even over the old Stinger. Absolutely love Stunning Steve. I remember back as a little kid seeing him on ESPN in the old USWA, GWF days in the afternoons on ESPN. And then, of course, he went to WCW, and I was all excited. And I love Stunning Steve. I love the flowing blonde hair. I loved the robes. I loved his work style in the ring. Loved Steve Austin all through WCW. Then, of course, he went off to a little bit greener pastures. We can all agree on that. But still, to this day, when I think of Stunning Steve Austin, that's my finest time, my favorite time of Austin's total career, including, of course, his time as Stone Cold. So I know I'm in the minority of that, but I absolutely love that time frame of the Dangerous Alliance in WCW. There was something really special about that time frame with Rick Rude getting a big main event push, things like that. Of course, Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, Bobby Eaton, Medusa, Paulie Dangerously. We're going to get to match with this guy very, very soon. Just a lot to like, and of course, I was a little kid at the time, so you really like those stuff like that from your childhood. But I'm very excited to get this one here. Been a long time coming. Can't wait to get it out of the package. And speaking of the package, look at that. It feels similar, but boy, is it ever different. They got special packaging on Elite 100, much like Basic 100, where they give us a little bit of darker packaging. Got a little silvers in there. It does feel special, so I really do like that. It sounds like this is going to be the only time the packaging will be this way. Who knows? If there's a big fan demand, they might change it, and this might be the new style going forward. But it seems like this is going to be a one-and-done set. And to me, I have Basic Series 100, mint and on card and loose. I think I'm going to do the same thing with Mattel Elite 100. I think this warrants, it's a special hallmark moment in the history of Elites. And if you guys know, I got all the Elites, so I'm very excited to have this one in my collection as well. So I'm going to get a mint on card set of this eventually. Play a little of that long game maybe. But there's old Stunning Steve right there in the package. Very cool. Glamour shot with the TV title. Of course, Series 100, brand new title belts with every single performer. We'll dive into those as well. When I see that title belt, of course I think of Stunning Steve, but man, I think of my boy AA Arn Anderson. I think of Tully Blanchard even. I think of a lot of guys, but Stunning Steve's definitely up there. But Arn Anderson's probably the first one that comes to my mind when I think of this title belt. But boy, it's going to be cool to have this. Would love to have a few more of those in my collection. On the side, how about that artwork over there? Interesting artwork. Stunning Steve looking good. On the side, Stunning Steve Austin, True Effects, Certified Authentic, playing all the hits over there. And then the back, we get that same little artwork glamour shot going on. We got a big blurb. It looks like these are going to have a little bit longer blurbs than normal. I'm here for that. You know I love a blurb. Got the big cross sell down below. Of course, we're going to unbox all these guys on the channel. Then at the very end of the week, we're going to rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite. And we're going to unbox the Chase Andre the Giant in that same video. So make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for that one. But there it is. What's it say on the back here? It says art by something Bartlett. Jonathan Bartlett. It spells it down there. So interesting. They got an artist to put art on these. Wouldn't it have been nice if they would have went back to Rob Schamberger? Of course, he made the backdrops for a lot of packaging for somewhere in the middle years of the Elites, I guess. He made a lot of artwork for those. That would have been a nice, cool nod to the past. I don't know if they had a falling out with him or it just wasn't in the cards or whatever. But when I think of artwork and I think of the Elites, I go back to the Rob Schamberger prints. But let's read what it says about Stunning Steve Austin, Series 100. The Elite Collection logo is even a little bit different on the back here. But it says, every legend has a beginning. That's very true in any kind of legend. For Stunning Steve Austin, that was in WCW. He took on some of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots. Before long, he shaved his blonde hair, his attitude became stone cold, and he changed the business forever. Elite 100 celebrates the roots of Steve Austin's career, complete with his first title, the WCW Television Championship. So how about that? How about that? So looking really good. Let's get him out of the package. See what all the fuss is about. And oh, let me tell you, there has been fuss on old Stone Cold, especially when it's Stunning Steve like we got right here. Interesting backdrop. I'm going to pull that out. See you later. Very interesting, very wild, very kind of crazy. A little something different for sure, making this feel like a different set with this. So I like that. I like different every once in a while. And then we got old Stunning Steve there, looking good with the title belt. He's got the robe. Got to have the robe on Stunning Steve. Always looks good. It's crazy to think how far he came from this to Stone Cold, of course. Definitely has some changes over the years. Pull him out. We got a couple extra hands for him. Pull these out. There it is, and we are off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. Of course, we'll start with the hands on this one. Got the two big old Ricochet hands here, the big old long-fingered hands. I guess you can choose your own adventure which you want to do with the hands with Stunning Steve here. But they do look okay. Got a little rubber band action. See you later there. And now we're going to get old Stunning Steve here. We're going to take a look at this. I got a little bit of staining on the forehead there. Hopefully I can clean that up. We got a little bit of that going on. And I got to say, I wasn't a big fan. When they announced the set, was it San Diego Comic-Con? I think they showed some glamour shot images of this. I wasn't a big fan of the head sculpt on Stunning Steve. I felt like it almost ruined the figure. And I talked about that in the San Diego Comic-Con recap video. I gotta say, and we see this a lot, especially in Jazzwares, this looks a heck of a lot better in person. So I am very happy to report that. Looks really, really good. Looking at the eyes here, I guess my eyes are okay. I thought they were a little off-centered for a second, but they're okay. But definitely looks good. It definitely looks like Stunning Steve from this time period, so I'm very happy. I was very concerned about that. It also helps when you get the full-on images around of how he sculpted his hair, has his hair back in the ponytail, of course. Quite the different look than the bald-headed Stone Cold, for sure right there. But definitely does look like Stunning Steve to me, so I am very happy with that. We're going to bust out the title belt. We're going to look at that. Then we're going to look at the robe. Then we'll look at the figure a little bit more. Very cool to get the very iconic television championship. Very cool. That red strap always shined against that silver. Was very, very cool thing. Of course, like I said, I always think of AA Arn Anderson when I think of this. And speaking of, grabbed a AA here. Got a custom Horseman shirt. Man, look at that. He could just hold that. I need a couple of these belts. Hopefully they get these out to us again, because I'd love to have one of these for Tully, maybe Dusty, for Arn Anderson. There's a lot of people this TV title belt could go for, and it was just the working man's belt back in the day. A very, very good classic belt design. Really, really do like this. Love a good new belt here, so very happy to have that in our collection. Now I'm going to pull this robe off Stunning Steve here. And it is an open road. A robe? Oh, it's an open road. It's an open robe here. It's got the SS initials on the back for Stunning Steve, of course. Does easily remove from the figure. Always like that. Sometimes we have to fight these robes and shirts, as you guys know. But with the double pinless joints these days, makes things a lot easier to take on and off. But a nice cloth robe here. Feels very good. Very silky feeling. You got the twist tie here if you want to tie it up. I'm probably going to have it how it was in the package. Open with the title belt showing. That does look really, really good. Got some stars on it. The red and black attack. Looking really good as far as robes go. A nice new robe here. Definitely fits the Stunning Steve character. A far cry once again from the old Stone Cold days. That is for sure. Now we get Stunning Steve out of the package here. And an interesting looking one. I guess let's walk through the articulation really, really quick here. We got the arms, of course, to go all the way around. Got the bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits in Series 100. We do get a little bit of looseness in the elbow with these pinless joints, I've noticed. We've had it in a few different figures. there's this kind of a little sweet spot where it gets loose in between here. It's not the end of the world, but it is a little bit wiggly. It's not as tight as I would like it. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hands, of course, going to be removable here. No fist for Stunning Steve. He was playing it a little cleaner back then, I guess. He saved the fist for Stone Cold is what we see. Head, of course, removable, side to side, back and forth. A little bit limited by the hair, but no real limitations to the head. Got the ab crunch, got the waist articulation back and forth. Big ol' Stunning Steve splits if need be, if he needs to jump over somebody. You got the thigh cut. Love that the thigh cut articulation is really hidden really good in his shorts. That looks really nice. We do got double jointed knees. You got pins in the knees, got black knee pads. White boots with the old boot cut and then ankles back and forth. No design on the boots. And very wild 1990s design to the tights, the trunks, I should say. Looks like something maybe you'd see on Saved by the Bell. The opening of Saved by the Bell or something. Very 90s inspired. Looks really, really good. Love it though. I love this, and I'm happy to report because I was, like I said, I was a little worried about the head, and if the head is bad, it really ruins the rest of the party. Not in this case. This looks like Stunning Steve. I would have liked a fist, just for fist's sake. I would have liked one, but I can look past that, and I can always grab another fist out of my fodder pile if I really, really needed to. But really, really good. Feels like Steve Austin. It's a good body style for Steve Austin, and I think this works really, really well in this case. Of course, he does fit on a ringside collectible stand. Yes, he does. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on your stands. Of course, spend your money on your figures, not your stands. Make sure you get the deal, and make sure you use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Looking really good. Of course, this isn't the first WCW Steve Austin. I guess to a lot of people, this Hollywood Blonde Stunning Steve is maybe a little bit more iconic. Definitely is not to me. As far as this, I love the Hollywood Blondes. I was there for it. I was rooting them on. I loved all that kind of stuff. But to me, this is my favorite version. Then I'd probably go Stone Cold for just the mania and craziness of all that. Then I'm going to go to Hollywood Blondes. But don't overlook the Hollywood Blondes for sure. But very cool to get two early versions of Stunning Steve. And then a different Stunning Steve with the Hollywood Blondes. Wouldn't be against getting another version of this down the road. I'm not sure how likely that is to happen, but the more Stunning Steve, the more Dangerous Alliance characters we get, the better I'm going to be. Get me an old school Medusa. I'd really like to see that. We got Paul E coming. Of course, we got Arn and Larry Zbyszko. Bobby Eaton, a little bit of the missing piece to the puzzle. Hopefully one of these days we can get a Bobby Eaton somehow that works with this. That would be really cool too. But for Stunning Steve, man, playing all the hits for me. I'm here for this one. It'll be interesting to see how he ranks out in Series 100. When we do the entire ranking process, of course, in the last video where we unboxed the Chase Andre the Giant. So there it is, Stunning Steve Austin, Mattel Elite Series 100. What are your guys' thoughts? How are you feeling about this Steve Austin? Are you here for it? Easy pass? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. You made it this far, and it always helps the channel to give it the old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this very YouTube channel. We got a lot of good stuff planned, so you want to make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss the rest of Elite 100 and everything else we have here on the channel. Don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content, early content, Q&As, giveaways, you name it. Best of all, you do support the channel over on the old Patreon. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget to hit me up and follow along on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Stunning Steve Austin, I'm Kyle. And I'll see you guys all real soon.